This is the next step in globalism. Let us bring voices from across the world to try and reimagine and just have themes that are cut across all kinds of cultures. This is GPIE.
This is GPIE.
This is GPIE.
This is GPIE.
Global Program for Intercultural Exchange.
We seem to be poised, as a school that has people from all continents teaching at Groton, to be the ones to try and experiment, with such an ambitious project.
Ultimately, I think we're all inspired by that idea that there was going to be this community that we had never met before, that didn't even know it was a community yet, that was going to form here in these 4.5 days, and that drove us forward.
The idea was to bring together adult educators and students from all over the world to be together, to think about the themes of water security, artificial intelligence, and culture.
Share stories, share experiences, collaborate on sustainable projects, and I think just get to know one another.
It's been having conversations, like legitimate conversations about issues that affect us all on a global stage. That is, discussing water and discussing the current trends with artificial intelligence has been a game changer for my students.
I have a secure water access every morning, but sometimes people from other countries, it's not always available to them. So I think by being able to talk with people from different parts of the world really made it a great experience to kind of check myself and be you have these resources, so let's try to help other people around the world as well.
We have, as humans, really evolved into perfecting our senses. And when I see you, when I talk to you, I feel connected to you when you're in person. Whereas when I look at a screen, there's always that facade, there's always something missing. And in order to be authentic, we wanted to be able to be together in the same space, eat together, sweat together, and be able to be vulnerable together.
My favorite part of the week was the intercultural performances. I felt like when I was watching the intercultural performances, I connected with the people that were on stage, especially with the music.
I'll tell you, there was a moment in this conference that moved me greatly that couldn't have happened virtually. We had an evening of cultural performance where each group brought a piece of art from their culture to share. Our Chinese school, 2 of the students are visual artists. And so for the performance, they painted, and we had a camera, so on the big screen you could see what they were painting. And we had the 2 Chinese artists, and they had brought supplies for all of the participants. And the kids came in and there was nothing planned. And they sat down at these tables, and teachers, students, everybody was learning how to paint.
I loved the entire conference. I never expected that it would be this great. Looking at teachers managing and hosting everything here, it gave me a lot of knowledge and it educated me.
I'm gonna say it was fantastic. I had an amazing time and I really made new friends. I got to know a lot of people. I learned a lot.
And the reality is there are so many people who want to connect. And I think it's up to us as educators, both for ourselves, for professional development, but also for our students to start making those connections and fostering those relationships. One thing that I've really taken away from this conference is that we all belong to each other. All of us are responsible for the well-being of people of not only our local communities, but also our global communities.
Just seeing when East comes together with West, when North comes together with South, at the end of the day, there's so much more that's common than not.
Keeping in touch with people you met over here is going to enrich your life in ways that at this point you really don't, you have no idea about.
This is a time for change, it's time for oneness, and time for Ubuntu. So that is what I hope will happen.
This is GPIE.